song began to play. You spread your wings, you caught my eye and took my breath away. The record spun, the needle jumped and my heart skipped a beat. I held you close, you had your doubts and then you flew away. Thought I didn't know. Saw through your mask and your glow, cause I had to know. No more secrets, no disguise, putting on a show. You played your games, parlor magic, let your hand show. You can't get hurt by the things that you don't know, don't know. No, no, it's not you, never you. You always say it's me, me, me. But I'm gonna let the curtain fall, let it fall. Tired of always tightrope walking on your web of lies. You spin and spin, oh you spin me in the palm of your hand, and you think you'll never lose in the game of love. You spread your pretty wings and try as you might, it'll never fly, fly, fly. Stop and listen to the sound of the beating of your stone cold heart. You spin and spin and spin me out of your life, out of your life. You turned my hand, stopped my heart, and I was good as dead. We had our fun, played our games, then my world was spun. Your wings are tattered, torn to shreds, I thought you were the one. You jumped the gun, I slipped your grip, and now I've gotta run. Our hearts feel no lies, thought I didn't know.
They're not secrets, not lies if you don't know.
You played your games, parlor magic, let your hand show.
They're not secrets, not lies if you don't know.
You turned your head, stopped my heart, cause I didn't know.
They're not secrets, not lies if you don't know.
Didn't think you know, didn't think you know, didn't think you know.
Would probably help if I unmuted the mic, huh? Jeez. I'm over here yapping my butt off. Like, why isn't anyone responding? Unmute the mic, Einstein. But hello, all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me on this Saturday evening. Hope you enjoyed the song. That is, it's called My Heart Feels No Pain. It's part of the Hi-Fi Rush soundtrack, but it's when the streamer mode is on, so it's not licensed music because Bethesda is nice like that. And honestly, all the songs from that soundtrack sound so freaking good. And I just mute it real quick to cough. so, but yeah, the Hi-Fi Rush soundtrack is absolutely amazing. I have no issues with it. And oh, hmm. 1 second, guy. 1 second. Huh. Give me a second still. Sorry. Okay. So I think, and I can't prove it, but I think someone is trying to be a little blackmail scammer, and I'm so tempted to play a game with them, but instead I think I'm just going to block them and not bother because I don't have time for games. But anyway, I hope you guys are all having a very good Saturday evening. Weekend's going awesome for you. Kicking back, relaxing, enjoying the summer sun, and sipping on some lemonade. I have actually been sipping on fruit punch recently. So, no lemonade. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know. Does that make me a cheater? Because I always say, get some lemonade, but here I am sipping on fruit punch. And I I decided to treat myself to a little something because it was on sale. It was like 2.99, which normally, you got to be careful with things that are extremely cheap. But I got this strawberry cheesecake ice cream, and oh boy, it's so delicious. It's just wow. I man, that stuff is great. That's the only way to put it. It is great. So, yeah, strawberry cheesecake ice cream. Didn't think I'd like it, or yeah, because it was so cheap, but it was awesome. And yeah, this person is definitely someone who is trying to pull a little scam blackmail thing. Like they even use some chick's fake picture. What kind of weirdo, man? So, anyway, enough of that. As you guys can see, I have a new tarot deck, and I'm not doing any readings tonight. That's why I even said in title, no readings, but just hang out, test out the new mic, which I'm using. So, hopefully, it sounds okay. When I was testing it earlier on Audacity, I noticed that it comes in extremely low. So I've been raising the volume on other software. So hopefully it's okay. And when I do a podcast or something, it'll come through and for the other reviews and all of that good stuff. So, uh, but yeah, and like the last mic, this one has an echo feature. And the cool thing is, this one has a mute on the mic itself. So I can just mute and be done and whatever. So Anyway, let's talk about the tarot a little bit, shall we? So, you guys know that oh, hello paranormal witch. I enjoy doing little flip through comparisons and all of that. And this new deck, it was a gift from my buddy Benny. He didn't want it and he's like, "I can't use this thing." And he didn't even really flip through it. He saw a couple of cards and he was like, "No, this isn't for me." And he asked if I wanted it. I said, "Sure." It is the Am I on the wrong screen? I'm sorry, I was on the wrong screen. It is the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck by Matt Hughes. Fun fact, Matt Hughes is also um a former UFC fighter. I'm pretty sure this is a different Matt Hughes though. And I have no idea what the name of this mic is, Nick. Probably something I should have looked into, but I was looking for at the reviews on price and if it freaking works. The price was right and it freaking works. But yeah, so cool thing about this Ethereal Visions is it has a interesting golden foil on it. And I don't know, I kind of like it. I saw a few of the cards and it's a little different. This one is gonna be a harder one for me to read from. I do think this for me, if I'm to use it for readings, it will probably be better if I'm trying to connect with the guide or ancestor or something like that, some type of spirit. But anyway, let's flip it over and if I can and see what we got. And I am comparing it to the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti, even though they're not really comparable. But hello again, Paranormal Witch. They're not really comparable, but we're going to compare them anyway. So I do like the Gilded Tarot. It is now the second newest deck, and it's one that I've been using a lot of. The Gilded Tarot, I think, it's more comparable to the Llewellyn, in my opinion. But here we go. So as you can see, the Fool. I'm not sure the golden foil's gonna pick up too much on this camera. One day I will invest in a proper camera, but until then, work with what you got. Well, is it picking up a little bit? Yeah, not too bad. So this is a classic Fool, but not classic Fool. And I like that he has an umbrella there. I can't think of what they actually call it. Not an umbrella, but a parcel? No, it's not a parcel, you idiot. Someone knows the name of it. I think it starts with a P. Paracel? Paracel, is that it? That doesn't sound right. Someone knows the name of it, but yeah, this Fool looks very interesting, and I like that it feels like it's coming out of the border, out of the image itself. I don't know. It's just something about the art I really like. I wish the colors popped more because I don't know if you guys can tell, I tend to have a thing for bright colors and stuff that pop. And then, of course, the Fool from um, the Gilded Tarot, which is a bit non-traditional. He's older and a bit sillier. He's a clown. Well, a fool, and all that good stuff. Well, we were missing you too, Paranormal Witch, but I know you're a working girl. You got to get that money. Um, And also be sure to share what you guys think of the cards. I'm always interested in hearing various opinions. Magician. Now, I like the Fool in the Ethereal Visions better than the Gilded Tarot, but I like the Magician better in the Gilded Tarot than I do the Ethereal Visions. What do you guys think? Like this magician, I don't know. He just seems too pretty. He doesn't feel like he has enough experience to be the magician. He feels like he's kind of just starting out and really getting into it. If we really want to nerd out, we'll say second year Harry Potter. Even though I've not read Harry Potter and only saw one of the movies, so I could just be speaking from my butt here. But I'm assuming when Harry Potter, when he got into his second year, he had some experience and can do some bibbity bobbity boo, right? Right? I think I'm right. I don't know. But whoa, that was weird. That shouldn't have happened. But yeah, so I like the Gilded Tarot Magician better. He feels just experienced, a bit more mature, and like, yeah, I'm ready to kick some tail. Now, the High Priestess is interesting on this one because we have two different types of High Priestesses. Which one do you guys like better? I think I like the Gilded Tarot High Priestess better, but the Ethereal Visions one, well, she feels kind of stuck up. I mean, I think that's the best way to put it. It's like, look, I have a message here, and I'm going to be, yes, mwah. Where the other one is just like, let's get naked. Come on, release that energy, feel that flow, and let's go, go, go. But yeah, this one, oh, you can kind of see the goal. This one feels a bit more stuck up and proper and, listen, listen better, listen to your heart, and all that stuff. So I guess I kind of like the wild girl a little bit better. Now the Empress, I this is a tough one for me. I really like this Empress, but I really like this Empress. So this is a tough one with the Empress for me. This one feels like well, kind of like a flower child, and this one feels more mature, and it's like you're gonna mess up, but it's okay. I'll still be here for you. Whereas this one has more growth happening. If you notice, like she's literally coming out of a tree and mess. This one feels like a closet freak. I don't know. Like this one just feels, I don't know. They have different feels, but I'm leaning more towards the Ethereal Vision Empress than the Gilded, but I really like both of them. It's really hard to pick for that one, but I lean towards the Ethereal Vision. So the Emperor, this guy reminds me of Newton for some reason. No, it's not for some reason. I know why he reminds me of Edward Newton. Edward Nort? What? That's not his name. Isaac. Edward Newton. Good lord. Isaac Newton. I know why he reminds me of Isaac. Um, it's because of the anime, freaking The Vision of Escaflowne, and Isaac Newton was in there. I don't want to spoil it. It's an awesome anime. Everyone should watch it. But yeah, that's what it reminds me of. And this one, of course, looks like freaking Caesar. So the emperors, I'm I don't like one better than the other. They're just different. This one is more science, and this one feels more like it feels more like a leader. He feels more like I'm going to stand in front of the people and guide them, whereas this one's like I'm going to create something to guide the people. I would say this guy's more practical. All right, the Hierophant. So we, well, there's a cat on my roof. I know that's random, but I look up and I just see a cat on my roof. How the house is, I can see the roof and all that, but whatever. That's not important. A Hierophant. This is a tough one because I want to like the Gilded Tarot Hierophant, but the Catholicism portion of it really throws me off. Whereas the Hierophant from Visions feels, well, he feels a bit like the Emperor, and I mean they look alike anyway, with the red, the white, the long beard, and it just, I don't know. The Hierophants in both of these, they're not hitting me the correct way. I don't like one better than the other. Well, no, I take that back. I like the Visions better than the Gilded because the Gilded is just too Catholic for me, but they're not hitting me like a few other things. And Science Fight Club, that would be interesting, actually. Let's someone make that a show. Okay, so the Lovers. Whew. The Lovers is a nice one. I like them both, especially the Gilded because of how the soldier is there fading away, like he's a ghost and dead, but the love is still strong. It's like even beyond death, I'm still gonna be here. You're still gonna feel my embrace. And the Ethereal Visions Lovers is intimate in its own way and passionate in its own way without getting, rated R. And I like that innocence. The Ethereal Visions one feels more like spring to me, and that is my favorite season. Whereas the Gilded feels more like I'm with you forever. So one is blossoming and the other has blossomed. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense or not, but better look for you guys. Okay, who do we have next? The Chariot. So these are two very different chariots. Like I said, these decks aren't really comparable to one another, but we're breaking the rules. Uh, I like them both, but I think I like the Ethereal Visions chariot a little bit more because it's coming from the heavens, or at least it seems that way. Where and it's not necessarily coming towards you, whereas the chariot from the guild, this sucker is like, no, we're coming for you. This is happening. It's like, no, you're gonna get slapped in the face. Whereas with the ethereal visions, it's like, no, you're gonna have an idea pop in your head. You'll get this understanding. Just might take you a minute. But I do like both of them, but I think the ethereal visions beats it out. I just really like that it's coming from the heavens. All right, strength. This is a good one. I like both of these strength cards. Like, I don't like one better than the other. I like them both. Maybe that's a cop out. I don't care. I like them both. What do you guys think of the strength? You know, both of them feel dreamy. Both of them feel like taming that inner beast, and if need be, unleash that inner beast. It's just something brilliant about it. Even though I like the colors that pop more for the gilded, there's still that softness that I do really like with the ethereal. Ah, man. So both of them nice strength cards. At least I think they are. The Hermit. So similar hermits, actually, very similar hermits. It's just they're going in opposite directions. One's going towards the beginning, one's going towards an ending. And of course, with the gilded hermit, there's a snake there, but it's getting out of the way. And that's interesting with this one because there's a skull here. signifying death. What the heck? Very similar hermit. I guess it's like, how do you change up the hermit? But very, very similar hermit. And again, I like with the Ethero visions, even though it's um it's not borderless. I like. Oops, can you guys see this? Let me see. Ah, Melvin. Here we go. I like that his hand is coming out of the border. Like it gives it a weird effect where it's like this is coming out. Um, this is I have the Gilded Tarot Royal, so you might have the original Gilded Tarot. So that's why they would be different, Nick. Yeah, the Royal, it's like the cards are a little redone, but yeah, no problem. All right, next up, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so both of these are very different for the Wheel of Fortune. The Gilded Tarot Wheel of Fortune looks like a freaking key to me and a medallion. Oh yeah, definitely check it out. Like they did a good job redoing some of the images. They made it a little bit cleaner. Like it's extra stuff added. It's really awesome. Definitely check it out. Uh so yeah, the Gilded Tarot Wheel of Fortune. I don't know why. Whenever I see it, it looks like a key or a medallion to me, like you're turning the knob, and I really dig it because it's like you have the key to good fortune. Like it's in your hands. It's whatever you make it. And then I see this Ethereal Visions, and this is the craziest Wheel of Fortune from a more traditional, non-traditional deck. I've never seen it quite like this. And that thing looks like a Grim Reaper or something. And I quite like it. I think it is so cool, man. What do you guys think? Like, I don't know if it's a Wheel of Fortune. Wow, Butterfingers. I don't know if this is a Wheel of Fortune, but it looks freaking awesome. Like, I think it looks absolutely cool. Absolutely cool. Oh, wow. And there's a foot coming out of the border as well. I really like that. I like things coming out of the border. Justice. So, hmm. I think I like them the same. I don't think I could pick which justice I like better. Oh, hello, Scarlet. And yep, no readings tonight. I'm just showing off and comparing a new deck and testing out the new microphone. So no readings tonight. Maybe sometime next week I'll do some readings. So the Ethereal Vision is the new deck, comparing it with the Gilded Tarot, even though they're not really comparable. They're two very different decks, but I'm doing it anyway because I'm a freaking rebel. Rawr. So yeah, the Justice and the Ethereal Vision, I really like. She's sitting down, she's kicking back, got the owl here. The owl reminds me of that movie with the hot chick and Labyrinth. There we go. Yeah, no problem, Paranormal Witch. It reminds me of Labyrinth, that owl, and of course everyone remembers David Bowie with his cod piece. That was so weird to me. I was watching that like, what's wrong with his balls? You know, saying that as a little kid. I just thought it was odd. And the Gilded Tarot Justice, of course, it looks Egyptian. And I love the gold and the coloring. I like them both. I like them both, but the Ethereal Vision, all of well, not I won't say all of the cards are softer, but it is a softness to it, to where this justice, it feels like it's like, okay, come on, you messed up. Let's just get it done and over with. Whereas the Gilded Tarot justice, man, well, you know how they say with the Egyptian mythology, your heart versus the feather, and it feels like you're getting judged. Like you're whatever you put out, man, you're going to get it now. So, right? The Hanged Man. Two very different hangmen. This guy feels trapped and like mess is happening against his will. Whereas this one, he's kind of just kicking it. Like, huh? Yeah, well, could be worse. I get the feel of I'm pretty laid back and like whatever. Hold up, I'll flip him over so you can get get a little bit better. It almost looks like he's doing some type of trick. It doesn't even look like he's in distress. I mean, yeah, his foot is in a noose, but look, he's actually controlling it. It's like he put himself up there. More control with this one, whereas no control with this one. That's very interesting. I like the Etherovision Hangman better. It's just something about it. Like it's more calm, more in control, and it's like, yeah, I'm just kind of experimenting. I just want to see what would happen versus, oh God, oh God, oh God, get me out of here. So, death. Everyone loves death. No matter, no offense to any other deck. There's only two death cards that have just touched me like crazy, where they just pop. And so far, nothing has come close to them. The Gilded Tarot's death, and also the death from the Brady Tarot. This thing just looks so freaking awesome. Like, honestly, how can you not like this? This death is just, nope, it's happening. This one's ready for business. The Ethereal Vision staff, he feels like he's thinking. It's like he's thinking, like, well, I'm kind of bored, sort of here, doing our thing. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but this thing just looks so much better. Like, seriously, I love this death card. Temperance. Temperance is one of my favorite cards in decks. It's not my number one favorite, but it's usually in the top 5. And I like both of them, but I think the Ethereal Visions Temperance is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So, again, I like the Gilded Tarot. I think she looks amazing. The art, again, the colors, if I had a better camera, they would pop more. But it's something about this one that just speaks to me. I don't know what it is. Sorry, moving the mic. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the gold that's simulating the wings and just, oh man, I don't know. The color. Are you serious? They're popping fireworks for real? I don't know, man. Like this temperance just, it's beautiful to me. When I saw it, I was like, whoa, this one is beautiful. I can't explain it, but I really like her. The devil. Uh, oops. I need to close this. Sorry. Go away. There we go. So, which devil do you guys like better? I want your opinion on this. I I already know which one I like better. I won't say, but I want at least one person tell me which devil do they like better. The Ethereal Visions devil or the Gilded Tarot devil. One of them one of them does not look like the devil to me. One of them looks like, I don't know, man. Like he needs a whip and wear some wear some leather or something. That guy, man. So yeah, I like the ethereal visions devil a bit better, whereas the gilded tarot devil, like Nick just said, he sort of looks like he belongs on a romance novel. I mean, I get what they're going for with it though. Don't get me wrong, I understand it, but this is like the one that comes in, baby. I've seen you from across the distance. I know you want me. I've been wanting you. Come here, girl. Let me show you experiences of the like you have never had. You must trust me. Fall into lust. Fall into pleasure. Fall into the passion. Now, let me put the blindfold on. Let's escape into ecstasy. That's the type of devil I get with him, man. That's the devil you want when you want to get laid. Clearly, he has not come up for me. All right, so the tower. Two different towers here. Two very different towers. So it's hard for me to pinpoint what's going on with these towers. The Ethrovisions one, anyway. So with this one, destruction, everything coming down, not good. Going back to ground zero, not ground zero, but going back to the foundation, which isn't always a bad thing. Oops, wait, I don't want to move that yet. Whereas this one, the tower hasn't been hit by anything. It's just the guy falling off of it. And it feels like this tower is you not accepting something and like you yourself crashing and burning. Like it's no outside source that does it. It's you. You're the moron who slipped and the tower still stands. Like, are you taking on more than you can handle? So two different towers, which is interesting. This one is not getting out of the way, whereas this one's like, okay, we'll crumble. So it's gonna be interesting what I get when I do a reading and this sucker comes up. So this is usually my favorite card in every deck, the star. So which star do you guys like better? I have a feeling you guys are going to say, and I won't say it, I don't want to influence, but I know which one I like better, but I also am seeing the star a little bit differently in one of them. So, which star do you guys like better? Yeah, okay. Gilded. Yeah, I like the gilded better myself, but the Etherovision star, it is something about it that I quite like. It's an innocence there. And it almost feels like go back to innocence. Let the weight of adulthood, let the weight of the world off of your shoulders and have a little bit of time for you. So it really, I like them both. I like the Gilded better. The Gilded is the better star, but I I really like the Ethereal Visions one. It's just something about it. It's just an innocence. I can't really explain it. Oh, now that song is in my head. Return to Innocence. You know that hi you hi hi. All right, the moon. So interesting moon for both of them, being that this is a mirror or something like some weird contraption we're seeing the moon from. And this one is a person, which is unusual, and it doesn't have the little tower somewhere in there. And I don't know, this moon is different. but I like it. This moon feels conflicted, and it reminds me of Megara from Disney's Hercules. And Megara was a very conflicted character. She wasn't evil. She was just trapped and, she was trying to do a job for whatever reason, but, she had thoughts about that job. And that's what this moon reminds me of. Like I really like it because it's different and it gives me that Megara from Disney's Hercules feeling, not the Megara from the classical Greek mythology. She had it rough. That was unfair what happened to her. Right, so the sun also interesting. So the oh, hello Stephanie. Welcome. How is your foot? No readings tonight, just going through doing a comparison with the new deck and just hanging out with you folks. No readings. Sometime next week we'll do readings. And I'm testing out a new mic, so two birds, one stone. But how's your foot doing? How are you healing up? So this sun, the Gilded Tarot sun, for whatever reason, reminds me of geometry. And that's not a good thing for me because I can't stand math, but it looks freaking awesome. So it makes up for it. But it reminds me of geometry and it's very universal. It's very out there, which I quite like. And it feels like the sun is the center of it all, which in some ways it is. On the 25th. Okay, don't worry, you'll get there. Man, before you know it, you'll be back to kicking butt and taking names. The sun from the Etherovisions. This one, I don't know. It doesn't feel like the sun to me. And that's why I said with the Etherovisions deck, it's going to be hard for me to do readings from unless it's a very specific type, I feel. And I said early on, it feels like with this deck, the type of readings I would do would try to be spirit communication or guidance or something like that with spirit mess. This is it's just something about it where it's like, nah, it's not a tune for other things. But this sun I do like. I think the Gilded Sun is better. I do like the Ethereal Vision Sun, but it doesn't feel like the sun. I mean, it almost feels like I'm getting teased by this chick. She's just over there like, ooh, look what you can have, Big Daddy. And I'll be like, yeah, come on, hot mama. And then she'll deny me. So, but after our son, judgment. Oop, there we go. All right. So, which judgment do you guys like better? The Gilded Tarot or the Ethereal Visions? Which judgment do you like better? I'm curious on this one because I'll tell you what, I actually don't really care for the judgment in the ethereal or excuse me, the Gilded Tarot. I don't care for that judgment. It I mean, I like it, but I don't like it. It doesn't speak to me the way I want it to speak to me. The Ethereal Vision's judgment, I can dig. I dig it a bit more than the Gilded Tarot judgment. Maybe it's because I like I don't know I don't know I like the Ethereal Vision one a bit better. It's not so in your face. I mean, yeah, we have. Oops, sorry. There we go. We have a face there, but and a shadow. Sorry for the shadow, guys. We have a face there, but it's not like in your face. And we have, of course, things rising up and all of that. For some reason, this reminds me of a peacock. I don't know why. And, whereas the Gilded Tarot, yeah, he's blowing that horn and opening those pearly gates and all of that. But I don't know what it is. It just doesn't strike me right. All right, the world. Uh oh. So with the world, I think I like the Etherovision's world better. And I also like how derpy the lion looks. I'll show you. Like, look at him. He just looks derpy too. He just ooh. I don't know why. It's so dumb. But I think I like the Etherovision's world a little bit better. Although the Gilded looks like a circus performer, like some Circus Soleil or something, which isn't a bad thing because we have to be flexible to make it to the end. But I don't know. I like the Etherovision a little better. Okay, so the Etherovision comes with 2 extra cards, so it's not a 78 card deck, it's an 80 card deck, and I have no idea what these 2 cards mean just yet. I have not used the deck, I have not studied it. Literally got it yesterday from my friend, and I went through it a little bit and was like, "Huh, cool." So, I don't know what's up with these 2 cards yet. But the well, which I honestly I think it looks pretty freaking cool. I do like the way it looks. Like I think that looks awesome. And the Arise, which I'm going to take a quick look at. I think the well looks cooler than the Arise. And oh, I just noted. Okay, so but with the Arise, it's like he's writing something down, whereas before I thought I thought he had a club. So I like the well better than the Arise. Okay, on to the minor arcana. Actually, I am going to grab a drink real quick. I hope you guys don't mind, and I will be right back. Oh, I should probably find some music for you real quick, huh? Uh, let me see. All right, I think I found something for you. Or maybe I didn't. Oh, yeah, I did. Be right back. back. So there we go. Let's get back to it. Intermission over. Yeah, brief intermission. All right, so on to the minor arcana, and we start off with the Ace of Cups. And oh, that's interesting. This kind of looks like an eyeball. Let's see if you can. Oh no, no, it does. Well, I'm looking at it upside down. Upside down, it looked like an eyeball, but right side up, no, it does not. I take it back. It does not look like an eyeball. But yeah, our Ace of Cups. And I need to fix the lighting because this is getting washed out. So let's see. How do I fix the lighting? Well, I don't do it that way. That did not help at all, but you can see the gold more, which is pretty awesome. Let's see if I can fix this. This is the only problem with trying to set things up when when the sun is still out because it always leaves and then you look like an idiot. Oh, that's not going to do it. That certainly didn't do it. Meanwhile, while I'm doing this, how are you guys doing? And are you all having a great weekend? All right, this might be as good as it gets, which, you know. All right, and let me try. Ooh. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so this, ooh, that almost fell. This is as good as it's going to get. So until I get better lighting, still in the works. This is what we're dealing with. Anyway, yeah, I like the Etherovision's uh Ace of Cups a little bit better because it's less busy. Whereas the Gilded Tarot, it has a lot happening here. It's this very busy Ace of Cups. I like it, but it's busy. Oh, okay, so this one we can see a bit better. Ooh, the twos here. Sort of the same thing. The Gilded Tarot, it feels busy. Like it's stuff happening, which isn't a bad thing. But with the Etherovision, I do like the little bit more of simplicity here. And I kind of like that double helix they have happening as well. And the lion is interesting. I didn't really understand why the lion is there for a two of cups, but hey, I'll take it. I'll figure it out later. So the three of cups is usually one of my favorite cards in decks, and I like them both. I actually like the Gilded Tarot better with its three of cups. This one, well, it reminds me of a choir, which is fine, nothing wrong with that. But I think the Gilded is better. I like that it's more fantasy, and they remind me of fairies or pixies or something like that. So our four of cups look similar. They're pretty traditional. This one's more traditional. And again, the Gilded Tarot has more going on, whereas the Etherovisions is a bit more simplistic. So it's almost like it's down to personal taste. Like, do you want something that fills the whole border in, or do you want something that's just a little bit softer and not as busy? I mean, it's really personal preference because they're extremely similar. I mean, but it's a four of cups. So. Now, we have two different Five of Cups here. So, simplistic versus busy. And just because something is simplistic, it doesn't mean it can't be complex. When I say simplistic, I just mean it's not like, look at the Gilded Tarot. You got a sunset in there, you got a tree, you have grass, mud, texture, all this crazy mess. Whereas we see the ethereal vision, and you don't have to worry about trees and crazy shading and all of that. What you see is what you see, and I like that. I like simple sometimes, even though I really like the gilded. So it depends on what you're looking for, and it depends on the reading, because as you guys know, for different readings I use different decks, because I don't know, I just feel like sometimes one deck doesn't cover everything, but that's just me. Everyone's different. Find your own style, darn it. All right, Six of Cups. I like the Gilded better in this regard. I like the Gilded Six of Cups better than the Ethereal Vision. Like, I can't even tell you why. I think it's because of the cat. I think it's the cat that did it, and you guys know I have a thing for cats. All right, our Seven of Cups. I I like the Ethereal better because it's a different type of Seven of Cups. And yeah, the Gilded, it is a good like Ciro Marchetti he's an amazing artist. I think he retired from making tarot cards now. I think he might do oracles every now and then, but I think he retired. This Seven of Cups, I like the Ethereal Vision a little bit more because of this thing, whatever that is. And it's a bit non-traditional. And why is he holding a skull? I don't know, but hold away. So I like the Ethereal a little bit more than the Gilded. All right. So a different type of Eight of Cups with the Ethereal. I like the Gilded. Again, the Gilded feels more, it's more expression. I don't know if that makes sense. And again, it's busy. It's a lot happening. Whereas the Ethereal, it's a bit more simplistic, and not as much happening, but you still get the picture. And it's interesting that the cups themselves are lined up the way they are, and they're not part of the image. Like, this is part of the image, the Eight of Cups here, whereas this one, it's not. It's part of the border, which is interesting. But both of them have their backs turned. They're both looking at the moon, ready to go off. It's just two different types of challenges as well. One is going through this mountainous pass, and the other, it's a bit more of a straight shoot. But both of them are leaving something for a challenge. All right, so our Nine of Cups here. I like the Gilded because he reminds me of a chef, and the Nine of Cups in the Ethereal. I don't know. This guy feels like an arrogant prick. He feels stuck up. Like, yeah, look what I got. Yeah, what do you have? Nyah, 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 nyah. It's like someone you have to punch. But I like the Gilded better in this regards. Like, the guy reminds me of a chef. He's drinking up, party. He's having the time of his life, and he's gonna make sure everyone enjoys. The Ten of Cups. So both of these are different from a traditional Ten of Cups. And again, for the Ethereal, the Ten of Cups aren't actually part of the image itself, they're part of the border. And I like that it's a couple with, I believe, a newborn. Yeah, a newborn kid there. I do like that. And it feels like it is And I like to always say this for the Ten of Cups: out with the old, in with the new. Sacrifice, not sacrifice, but something has to be let go for positive change to happen. You get more when you let go. And when you have a kid, your whole life changes. You have to let go of what your life was in order to start anew with the baby, and it is something that's different. And this one feels like heaven to me. Like, I don't know, it's just very peaceful. Again, busy, but this feels like we're sipping on some lemonade and just kicking back. So I like them both. One feels like a reward, one feels like something new entering. Uh, our pages here, I like the the Ethrovision's Page of Cups better. I don't know what it is about the Gilded Page of Cups. Maybe he's just stuck up himself. I don't know what it is about him. What are they doing outside? They're still popping though. I just hear little pop pop, pop pop, pop pop. Never heard fireworks like that. Anyway, um, yeah, I think I like. It's no, I think it's I like the Page of Cups from the Ethrovision better versus the Gilded. Like, I don't really like the Page of Cups in the Gilded in general, if I'm totally honest. But funnily enough, I prefer the Knights in the Gilded over the Ethereal. This Knight of Cups in the Ethrovision, it doesn't really pop or speak to me the way I think it should. It's no horse, which I find a little problematic. I like seeing knights on horses. Whereas the Gilded, look at this guy, man. He's like, hi ho silver, away. It's like, yeah. So I like the Gilded better for the Knights. And then the Queen. So I like the Queen of Cups better in the Ethereal. I think it's because the Gilded Queen she's at a side profile, and I like sort of seeing the queens a little head on. And I don't know, the two dogs are throwing me off here. It's Although that's crazy, the amount of detail they actually put reflections in. That is so cool. The amount of detail in the Gilded Tarot is just it's mind-boggling. It's amazing the amount of detail. But I like this Queen of Cups better. I like her looking head on. I like the gold in her crown. There we go. I don't know. It's just something about her that it speaks to me. I like that queen. So the King of Cups, I like them both. I like both of them. Both of them feel laid back. I mean, this one looks like Jeff Bridges, which I can dig. They both feel laid back and just kind of there, not doing too much of anything. So I like them both. All right, Ace of Swords. Right away, I can tell you I like the Gilded better. I think part of it has to do with the color, the way the sword looks. I like the Gilded better, but it is pretty interesting with the Ethereal. He's grabbing the blade, which is unusual. So I think that's interesting, grabbing the blade instead of the handle. So I don't know how that works. Two of Swords. With the Two of Swords, I like the Ethereal better because I like seeing the whole body, and it looks like it's more traditional. Whereas with the Gilded, blindfolded with what is that, feathers? What are you blindfolded with? Yeah, feathers, and then the swords are there with the moon and everything. I don't know. I feel the Ethereal Visions does it better. All right. So this is a tough one for me. Which three of swords do you like better? Which three of swords do you like better? Oops, gotta close something else out. I did not realize I had like 5 programs opened. Oops. There we go. So for me, I like the Ethereal Vision's Three of Swords better. And it's because of how the heart is. Like, the heart to me looks like a shield, especially with some of the patterns that's in it and everything. I really like how it is. I don't know why, but when I saw it initially, I was just like, whoa, this is awesome. I can dig this. Whereas the Gilded is a bit traditional, which is okay, nothing wrong with that. And I like that it has some type of aura em, immun oh my gosh, emulating? That's not it. Emanating. There we go. Emanating from it. You know, I can dig that, but I like the Ethereal more. Four of Swords. Four of Swords easily goes to the Gilded. Just yeah, it just the Gilded just looks better. You know, I don't know what they're trying to exactly show off with this. I mean, I do, but I don't. It just no, it doesn't work. The Gilded works. This looks awesome. This works. All right, the Five of Swords here. So I like them both. I can't really say which one I like better. I like them both. I think both of them are freaking awesome, and they both give you a different type of feeling. And they both feel like it's carrying a lot of baggage and overthinking and just trying to figure what is what. Looks like Sweet Pea's gonna be waking up soon. So the Six of Swords is usually one of my favorite cards in decks, and the Ethereal Six of Swords. I swear I've seen an image like that somewhere before in another deck, almost identical, and I can't remember which deck. I'm pretty sure I own it, but I like the Gilded better. I like that the with the ethereal, it almost looks like you're in the boat with the driver, paddler, whatever you want to call them. I do like that, but I think the imagery for hopefully you guys didn't hear that. I think the imagery for the Gilded is better. Right? The seven, uh carrying more than you can handle, someone trying to get one over on you. So the Gilded feels more like a thief, whereas the ethereal feels more like being greedy and just trying to gain it all. One of them is somebody trying to sneak one over on you, and the other is just trying to carry it all and not wanting to share. Right? With the Eight of Swords, uh, I think I like the Gilded. I think it edges it out. I like the ethereal, but I prefer the swords being around the person, the woman in this case, and really showing like you're trapped in a force field. Like you're it's no escape. You need Hercules to come and save you, but there is no saving. You know, it's just a more helpless feeling. That sounds morbid. So both of these I like. The Nine of Swords. Like at first glance, the Nine of Swords for the ethereal doesn't seem like much, but oh, it's more to it. Whereas the gilded, you can see the haunted image of whatever's haunting this woman and just floating with the swords and anxiety and all of that mess. Looks freaking awesome. But I mean, she has mess happening here. They're pointing at her and laughing, and I just think it's awesome. So I like both of these. I like both nines. The tens, however, I will just straight up say I like the gilded better. And I like it better because it's almost not like you're being stabbed in the back. Those swords are stopping before they're finishing the job or they're going in reverse. It really feels like it's not as bad as it seems. Whereas the ethereal, yeah, it's as bad as it seems. You're stabbed in the back and you're dead. It's no getting out of this. You were crawling towards wherever and it's just nope, you're done. So yeah, I like the it's not as bad as it looks. Better than no, it is as bad as it looks. So the page this is the one page of swords that I like in the Gilded Tarot over all of them. The freaking page of swords just looks like a gangster or something. Like, I'm gonna mess you up. You weren't listening. Like that feels like if this thing shows up, it is a message from the universe or your guides or whatever you're working with, and it's just saying, I'm gonna mess you up. Like, seriously, this dude looks PO'd. He is not a happy camper. So I love this page. Whereas this one looks a little flimsy and confused. So the gilded page of swords is just it's just very gangster. Oh, okay. Well, we have a Sweet Pea cameo here. She just decided to show up. Are you just gonna? Oh, you're just gonna sit down. What the heck? Sweet. I'm in the middle of something. Doesn't even care. What a heifer. Can you believe this mess? Sweet. Move out the way. Please move. The Sweet Pea. Sweet. Move out the way. People want me. She's cleaning herself. She's just totally ignoring me. Come here. Oh, oh, here we go. Good girl. Wow. Freaking cat. All right. So the Knight of Swords. I do like the Knight of Swords the well, she kind of left now. Sort of just gave her the boot. But if she comes back, I'll make sure she gets a full on cameo. The Knight of Swords in the Ethereal, I like better than the Knight of Cups. I do like it better, but I think the Knight of Swords in the Gilded still the better card. I do like that this one's coming at you though. And it feels like he means business. I do like that. Versus and again, coming through the borders and all that mess. I really it's something about that I really dig. But Gilded I think has the better Knight of Swords. Okay, the Queen of Swords. I like the Gilded Queen of Swords better than the ethereal ethereal. Is it ethereal or is it ethereal or is it both? Anyway, I'll still say ethereal. I like him better than the ethereal. Like the ethereal Queen of Swords. Don't get me wrong. She looks upset. She looks angry. She's not a happy queen. But I like the emotion on this one better. Oh, Sweet is back. She has come back. All right, Sweet Pea. Trying to get her. You're just gonna lay down. Sweet Pea. Sweet. Come on. Oh, Sweet Pea. Ugh. Oh my. Um, Sweet, don't no, you're gonna mess my stuff up now. What are you doing? Don't not Sweet. You're being a heifer. I have to finish this. We're going on an hour and some odd minutes. Sweet. Sweet Pea. Oh my god, no one wants to see you clean yourself. Come on. Oh my gosh, darn you. Oh, you messed all my stuff. Oh god, darn it. Oh, this cat. Sweet. Give me a second, guys. Jeez. Hurricane Sweet Pea came through. Boy, I'm happy this is live. Jeez. You know, not like I have entertainment to get to. Like, come on, cat. Oh, great. And there goes the camera. It's all gone wrong. So very wrong. Hold up. I hope you guys are enjoying. This is let me try to fix everything before she jumps back up and messes it up. You're such a heifer. Which one is this? Okay. All right, give me a little bit longer. All right, there we go. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. I blame the cat. I don't know. She's just grumpy. I don't know. All right. Now, where were we? Yes, the Queen of Swords. I prefer the Queen of Swords from the Gilded Tarot. There. On to the King. Oh, congrats, Harley. What's his name? What's your puppy's name? Domino Surreal? Surreal. Domino. That's a cute name. That's a good name for a pup. Uh, I prefer in this one the Gilded Tarot King of Swords. I think it's just again, it's more happening, and for this type of card, I prefer that. I like more happening with the King of Swords in for this one. I think that's a better fit. Oh, and you guys can't see it, but now Sweet Pea, she's giving me little kisses and stuff, trying to say I'm sorry. All right, Ace of Wands. So I prefer the Gilded Tarot Ace of Wands. I think it. I don't know. It feels better. It feels more magical. Whereas the Ethereal Ace of Wands, I don't know. It feels like it should be more to it. This is where that simplicity doesn't work as well as it should. All right. So Two of Wands is pretty unique, I think, for the ethereal. I actually really like that one. That looking out, that feels like you're planning and about to start, just trying to figure it out still. Whereas the Two of Wands and the Gilded, it's like, no, we're already, mind is made up. We're already doing this. It's no turning back. So it feels like it's less planned and more actions, like already mind is made up. So I like this one better because it feels more like planning and figuring it out. Three of Wands, I like them both. I like them both equally. I can't really pick with this one. I like them both. And I like that again with the Three of Wands. It's an overlook. He's looking out, looking beyond. It's like, okay, I got a long way to go. Whereas the Three of Wands for the Gilded, it's like, all right, let's get on this ship and see where it takes us. Ahriman. What about Ahriman? You're gonna turn into Curtis in a second. Where the heck did you get Ahriman from? The Four of Wands. I definitely prefer the Gilded. The Ethereal. Sweet Pea, you're gonna okay, good girl. You can stop licking me now. The Ethereal, it's just too. I don't know. It's just too. It's not enough. I like seeing the people there. Yeah, I did a review on Black Magic of Ahriman. What, did that just pop up? Yeah, that's Curtis's book. No, the cat's name is Sweet Pea. um, what? Oh, what the heck are you talking about? You're confusing me. Curtis is Bonnie's boyfriend, and he's the one who wrote Black Magic of Ahriman. There we go. Okay, so Five of Wands, the conflict card. I prefer, even though they're both very similar, I prefer the gilded because again, it's more happening there. Who is this one? The Six of Wands, victory. I like them both. I like them both. I think I like the ethereal a little bit more because it feels more like a personal victory, like not parading it. Look at me. Whereas the gilded is a bit more parading it around and like showing everyone. Whereas the ethereal, it feels more personal. The Seven of Wands gilded. I prefer the gilded. Hold your ground. Plant those seeds. Be stubborn. I prefer the gilded versus the seven. Like it feels like with the minors, this is where you want a little extra detail. With this one, I like them both. It's oh, excuse me. I like both of them. I can't really pick one over the other. It's just one is flying up, one is tilted down. So we can almost see it like start and finish. I prefer the gilded Nine of Wands because it really feels like you're slugging it out, slugging through stuff, really trying to make it happen while it feels like the world is against you. Whereas this one is more traditional and it's like, get over it, stop being a wimp. And Ten of Wands, huh? I don't know. I think I like them both. Again, it's more happening in the gilded. This should just be expected. I'm going to stop saying that now because it's expected. Of course, more is going to be happening, but I like them both. Yeah, I can dig both of them. All right, Page of Wands. Um, I don't know. Like both of them could be better in my opinion. I do like again that looking out with the ethereal. So just because I think I would give it to the ethereal. Whereas the gilded, I don't know, it just feels like she's in a marching band. Knight of Wands, I give to the gilded. I like that it's a bit more happening here. The volcano, all that stuff. It just feels more fiery. Whereas the ethereal, it feels more missionary. The Queen of Wands, well, I like the black cat. I like the Queen of Wands with the cat versus the Queen of Wands with the dog. But I do think the Queen of Wands from the Gilded is better. The King of Wands, Gilded, easily the Gilded. Like that guy looks smooth as sin. He gets the ladies. Well, if his wife isn't around anyway, he probably just like, hey, you get over here. So, all right, we are in the home stretch, the aces, and then I can get a wet burrito because I really want one. I don't know how expensive they are now. Hopefully not that expensive. So, well, he might be a player like that to where, he gets a little freaky with some of the women when the wife isn't around, maybe. But I do like the Gilded King of Wands. Uh, I think he could pull it. Yeah, yeah, I think so. Okay, so a wet burrito. Wait, Harley, you don't know what a wet burrito is, and you're from California? No, a wet burrito is a fat freaking burrito, usually filled with like your choice of chicken, pork, whatever. So some type of meat is on the inside with rice and beans, and they have the cheese and the sauce and sour cream on the outside of it. And the tortilla is usually nice and soft. Oh my gosh, so good. Wet burrito. Oh, you're not from California. Okay, that's right. You're not. All right. So never mind. I take it back. That's why you wouldn't know. But yeah, a wet burrito. Well, yeah, but they're just called wet burritos because, oh, like I said, the sauce, the cheese, the the sour cream and avocado, it's on the outside, whereas the meat and the rice and beans and, and yeah, that's usually what they put in them. It's on the inside and they stuff it. Those things are big. They are not small burritos at all. And they are just so good. And I don't think there's any such thing as a dry burrito, to be totally honest. And then, of course, you have chimichangas, which is just a deep fried burrito. But yeah. All right. So the Ace of Pentacles. So again, I prefer the aces in the Gilded Tarot. I think they just look all around better. The Two of Pentacles. I kind of like both of them here. I think I like the Ethereal a little bit better. Like again, we have her more so emulating that balancing act, whereas the Gilded, he's a bit more steady, a bit more cool. The Three of Pentacles, this is a tough one. I think I like the Ethereal more. Like, I don't know, like something about this just looks really awesome. I like this. I can dig that. Whereas this one is more so working. The Four of Pentacles, I like the Ethereal better. It it feels more like there's a story being told. There's our Gilded. Yeah, I like the Ethereal better. The Five, is this five? Yeah, the Five of Pentacles. Oh wow. Well, I only have a wet burrito every now and then. But sometimes when you want to pig out, man, pig out. Um, I like both Five of Pentacles. I like them both. Both of these are very sad cards to me. Both of them are very sad. Yeah, that's a good question, Harley. That is my little trick. Can I do something about? Give me 1 second. 1 second. Sweet, don't you dare. There we go. I'm trying to give it a little bit more light. All right, there we go. So where are we at? The 6 of Pentacles. This one's more traditional, but I do like it. And the Pentacles themselves are not part of the image, which is so weird to me. Whereas, they're on the border versus the Gilded, where they are part of the image and just throwing them out there. The 7 of Pentacles, again, this one is traditional. And this one's like, don't worry, it'll ripen soon. Our 8 of Pentacles, putting in that hard work, but again, not all of them are part of the image. They're up here. That is so interesting to me. Whereas this one is part of the image, doing that work. That is so funny. Like, wow. And then, of course, we see the 9s. And I like how the Gilded, the 9s are part of the plants, but with the ethereal, it's part of the border. So it's almost like they're trying to tell you two different things. This is going to be a very hard deck for me to work with. Finally, the 10 of Pentacles, abundance. Now, normally with this one, since it is traditional, it would be a little bit more people, but it's not. And oh well, I'm not doing readings tonight. I'm just showing off the cards. No readings tonight, so you're not missing out. But you go and enjoy dinner. Uh, you have a good one, Harley. Um, yeah, I like the treasure chest. I like the abundance more. Now, surprisingly, I like the page in the ethereal better than the page in the gilded. Or is this unsurprising? Because I did say I didn't care for the pages in the gilded. I like the page in the ethereal. Like, I think this one looks freaking awesome. Uh Again, the Knight of Pentacles for the Gilded Tarot is just better. The Knights, for the most part, are just better, hands down. The Queen, I like this Queen of Pentacles in the ethereal. I like that Queen better than this Queen. I feel more from her. I like how she's looking down, and it's just more motherly from her and protective. And finally, the King of Pentacles. I like the Gilded King better. I like that his throne is made out of trees and stuff. He's in nature. He's just like, yeah. Whereas the King of Pentacles in the ethereal, he just feels a little too basic, and I'm not getting enough earth element from him, minus the golden leaves there and the pentacle. But it's more that can be done. But yeah, there we go, guys. That is the comparison of the the Ethereal Visions Tarot. Well, let's see. Let me get the full name correct. Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot Deck and the Gilded Tarot Royal. So hopefully you enjoyed that. You know, you like seeing the cards and everything, hanging out with me. And I appreciate everyone who came on by. Awesome that you did. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, so next week I will probably do some tarot pools. And also next week, the review for Psychic Defense goes up. Now that I got the mic back, and what else goes up? Something else goes up next week. No podcast has been planned just yet. Eventually, I'll get to something. I think I want to try to get a paranormal group on, or I'm going to talk conspiracy theories, one or the other. But thank you guys again. Hope you enjoyed. If you want some other unexplained possibilities content, just hit the subscribe button and check all our stuff out. There's over 400 videos, darn it. It's something for somebody somewhere. So thank you guys again, and you all have a great night. Bye, everybody.